Hello and welcome to Byju's Exam Prep IAS. Welcome to another session of Indian Economy Essentials. And today's session, let's try and understand a very interesting current affairs topic, that is, why is the jeera prices rising up in recent times, or the cumin seeds, why the prices are rising up in recent times. I'm pretty sure many of you have come across the newspaper articles as well as the discussions that are happening in the news channels regarding rising jeera prices. As per the latest data that has been published in the newspaper, per quintal, the jeera prices shot up to more than 50,000 rupees. That translates to more than 500 rupees per kg. In today's class or in today's session, let's try and understand why. What is fueling this rise? What are the important basic points regarding this crop, that is jeera? Now, to begin with, certain important basics. Jeera or the cumin is a rabi crop. Remember this. It is a rabi crop. And when you say it's a rabi crop, it is cultivated in the month of November, generally in the month of October, November. Then the harvesting will happen in the month of February and March, and the peak season for the sales of the cumin is the month of March, April and May. Point number 2. For the cultivation of this crop, you require winter and it needs moderately cool and dry weather without higher moisture, sans moisture or without moisture. If there is a very high amount of moisture, the crop is prone to certain diseases. That is, fungal cultivation will take place and it will affect the production of cumin. Point number 3. In case of India, around 8 lakh hectares of land is used for the cultivation of this crop, and out of this cultivation, the majority of the cultivation is done in 2 states, that is Gujarat and Rajasthan. And here is a very important factual nugget for you. If you put together cultivation that is done in both of the states, that is Gujarat and Rajasthan, it will account for around 99.7% of the total cultivation. Is this crop cultivated only in India? No. But please remember the next factual information as well. 70% of the total global cultivation, I repeat, 70% of the total global cultivation of this crop, that is cumin seeds or jeera, it is done in India. Apart from this, there are also many other countries where the cultivation actually happens. For example, it is cultivated in Turkey, it is cultivated in Syria, it is cultivated in UAE, it is also cultivated in Iran. And this is a very important factual information for a very simple reason. In many of these countries, which account for around 30% of the global cultivation, in many of these countries, the cultivation is expected to be affected this season. And as a result of this, the supply of this crop, or let's say the cumin in the international market, is going to be affected. India has become one of the very important countries, the lone exporter of this crop. That brings me to the third point. India not only produces this in order to sell it in the domestic market for consumption, it is also exported to the international market. It is exported to the international market. Now, these are certain important basic points. What are the reasons why the prices are actually increasing in recent times? And before I go forward, I gave you examples of 2 states which account for most of the cultivation of cumin. But if you want to understand, apart from Gujarat and Rajasthan, it is also cultivated in Uttar Pradesh as well as Madhya Pradesh. Now, if you look at the trend, in the last 6 months, there has been a sudden spike in the prices of the jeera prices, or let's say the cumin prices in the market. And in regards to this, there is one APMC or the mandi that you need to remember, that is Unjha APMC. Remember the name of the city, name of the place. This is present in Gujarat. And what is the importance of this particular place? The APMC, that is the Mandi, Agriculture Produce Market Committee, it's the largest wholesale market for the jeera. Just for example, another place that you generally come across in case of the onion, it is the Lasalgaon, the largest wholesale market in India for the onion. In case of jeera, it is the Unjha APMC. Remember, it is present in Gujarat. Now coming to the most important part of the discussion, what are the factors? Why the prices of these crops are actually going up? Now I'll divide these factors into two parts, that is basically the supply side factors as well as the demand side factors. Of course, the reasons can be always divided whenever the prices will either go up or go down. All the factors that contribute can always be divided into the supply as well as the demand. Now let's understand what factors from the supply side are contributing to rise in the market prices and what factors from the demand side are leading to the rise in the market prices. In context of supply, the most important factor will be lower production in the last couple of years and expected to be or estimated lower production in this year. If you look at the total production, it has fallen down from 9.1 lakh tons, which was done in 2019 and 2020, to 7.25 lakh tons in 21 and 22. So the production of this crop has already dropped down in the last couple of years. Now this year, because of unseasonal rainfall in Gujarat as well as Rajasthan, there is estimated lower production, or it is expected to have an impact on the production. Production is going to go down, and as a result of this, supply is also going to get affected. Third very important factor, the El Nino. The second part of this year, we are expecting the El Nino to have an impact on the overall production, not just this crop, overall agriculture production in Indian economy. So these are some of the very important factors from the supply side which are going to have an impact of supply of this crop in the market. In addition to this, there is also carry forward. There is also a concept of carry forward. Now what is this idea of a carry forward stock, or else it is also referred to as opening stocks? Now basic idea of a carry forward or opening stock is very simple. Some of the crops which are cultivated in the last year, these are stored, and this year when the marketing season will start, that is in the month of March, April, May, etc. When the marketing season will start, these which were stored last year will be introduced to the market. That is also part of supply which will be done in this year, which is carry forward or nothing but opening stock. Generally in the context of the cumin or jeera, the carry forward or the opening stock is generally very, very high. For example, for 2022, right, for 2022, the carry forward stock was in terms of lakhs of tons, whereas that is generally the data that has been given is more than 30 lakh tons. Whereas again, please understand, these are generally given in terms of bags. These are given in terms of bags. Whereas for the current year, the opening stock is in range of around 3 to 4 lakh bags. 3 to 4 lakhs of bags. So earlier, February 2022, more than 30 lakh bags, and each of the bags will carry around 55 kgs of the jeera. And this year, it is only around 3 to 4 lakh bags. Each of the bags containing again 55 kgs of cumin, which shows that the supply is going to be very, very low considering all these factors. What about the demand side factors then? From which of these factors the demand is going to go up in the market? For example, in this month, there is going to be Bakrid, that's a festival. And whenever there is a festival like this, the demand for these kind of products, spices in the market automatically will increase. And as a result of this, already there is a very high demand for this spice from the country Pakistan as well as Bangladesh. Pakistan and Bangladesh already are demanding more and more of this crop. In addition to this, China, which is one of the major importing country in terms of the cumin seeds in the international market, China has already started purchasing more and more and has started consuming more and more of this spice. And the reason behind this is very simple. After the pandemic lockdown was withdrawn, more and more hotels in China are opening up, and as a result of this, demand for the spices in Chinese market is also increasing. So these are some of the very important reasons as to why the demand for this crop is rising in the international market and in the domestic market also, but the supply is not able to match the demand in the market. And that is the precise reason why the market prices have increased. And whenever the market prices will increase, what is one of the general outcomes? You will see that it will contribute to inflationary trend in the market. If you look at the inflationary trend, that is from April 2022 to May 2023, the jeera or cumin prices have increased by around 58.55%. That's a very, very high percentage of increase in the prices of cumin. Now, should India be worried? Should Government of India jump into action right now? The Government of India so far has not taken any initiative or has not taken any measure in order to control the prices of this crop. And the reason is very simple. Point number one, although we consume jeera on day-to-day basis, the consumption quantity is not very, very huge. I hope you understand. The quantity that we consume is not very, very huge. That's a point number one. Second point, the export of this crop is not going to be affected. For a very simple reason, generally the argument is when the prices of the crops will go up, when the prices will go up, exports competitiveness should come down. But in the international market, as already mentioned, there are various other countries which account for around 30% of the global production. But their production is already affected. India is one of the very few countries which will be supplying this crop to the international market. So despite having higher prices, the demand in the international market will remain high and will continue to export it. So there is not going to be any huge impact on the export. On the third point, although the prices of cumin have increased by such a huge number in the last 1 year, government is not concerned for a very simple reason. Under WPI, for example, that is wholesale price index, the weightage that has been provided to cumin is much below 1%. That is, generally, it is accounting for around 0.06% of the weightages under WPI. So even if the prices increase to a much larger level, the impact on the inflation on the ground level will be very, very marginal, negligible in simple terms. So these are certain very important points regarding the price rise in one of the commodities, that is jeera or cumin. Now based on this, I have given an MCQ. Consider the following statements regarding jeera or cumin and choose the correct option. That is basically which of the statements are correct. Based on that, choose the correct option. It is a type of kharif crop. Wrong. It is a type of rabi crop. Second, India accounts for around 70% of the cumin produced globally. Second statement is correct. Gujarat and Rajasthan account for over 99% of the cumin produced in India. Third statement is also correct. So the right option for this question will be option B. Only two of the statements are true or only two of the statements are correct. So these are certain very important points that I wanted to discuss with you people regarding the price of cumin, which has appeared in multiple newspapers in the last 1 week. If you like these initiatives, please hit the like button. Provide your valuable comments in the section below. And if you yet to subscribe to Byju's Exam Prep IAS YouTube channel, kindly do it now. Thank you. Have a great day.